Hello, horribles, and welcome to Mr. Phillips's Art School. It's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. Woo! And check this out. Yes, Mr. Phillips was playing soccer with his son. I was in goals. My son tried to score a goal, and I punched the ball away. And as I punched it, I went, ow, that didn't feel too good. And the next day I couldn't really move my hand. I went to the doctor and they did an x-ray and they said, you've broken it. So they put it in a cast and now look. But I will soldier on, I will show persistence. So luckily they did it so I can hold a pencil. There we go. All right, now in honor of me getting hurt by a soccer ball and in honor of the Bombers getting into the finals, let's look at sporting balls. Yes, sporting balls. Let's do 4 different types of sporting balls. Let's do a circle for a basketball and a circle for a soccer ball and an oval for a footy and a circle for a tennis ball. Got that? Remember, if I go too fast, just pause. All right, basketballs. Basketballs are really interesting. They have great shapes. So a line going like that. A line going across like that. And then you do these wonderful sort of U's. They go wee and then up. And another one goes wee and then up. It's like a downwards U, an upside down U, an N. And now soccer balls are really interesting. Soccer balls are made together with 2 shapes. It's got a pentagon here, which has 5 sides. And this shape here has 6 sides, and they put them together like a pattern. So in the middle, we're going to do our pentagon. 5 sides. It's hard to do pentagons. There we go. You could shade it in. And then you can do another one over here, but make it all squashed. And squashed pentagons there. Really, I'm just doing scribbles. Another one there. How's that? I'm going to do another one there. So look, maybe I'll make it a bit more pentagonish. It's better. There we go, there's my soccer ball. It's going to be my tennis ball. Tennis balls have great shapes too. They have a line that's like an S. Like that, and then backwards S going the other way. There we go. And this, our footy, well, we can have a bit of stitching there, and then sort of a circle, and then the laces going across like that. And then we could put a circle in there for the valve. There we go. Now they look pretty good, but let's make them look a little bit more realistic. And we can do that by shading. Now there's lots of different ways to shade. I'm going to show you 4 different ways to shave. Shade, not shave, that's when you're older, but shade. So first thing I'm going to do the soccer ball, and I'm going to do what's called hatching. Now hatching is where you do a whole lot of lines going like that on one side. You have to decide which way the light is coming, and in here, and imagine the sun is here shining that way on my ball. So I just do parallel lines going like that. You want to make it a little bit darker, I do parallel diagonal lines going the same way but not going as far, so a little bit less further. There we go, and that makes it look 3D. Now if you see the football, there's another type of hatching. It's called cross hatching. So it starts off by doing the same thing, diagonal lines going across like that. Not all the way across, just under halfway. And then cross-hatching means you go the other way. Try and do it. It's a bit hard with my hand, but I'll do it. There we go. And then you don't go as far up as you did the first time. And then if you want to make it really dark, you can go up and down. And then side to side. Getting closer and closer to the bottom there, so it's getting darker and darker as it gets towards the bottom. There's cross-hatching. And the basketball, well, basketballs, we're going to do what's called stippling. Stippling. So with stippling is the same sort of thing, but instead of doing lines, we do dots. So little dots. Don't tap like that, because it doesn't actually give you dots, it gives you dashes. Just push and press if you want. Or just do tiny little dots. Get them right into the line as well. And this is good for a basketball, because basketballs have little dimples and spots on them anyway, to help with grip. And do some dots around where the lines are, because the lines are quite indented on a basketball, so they create a bit of shading. Yeah. And the closer you get to the edge, the more denser the dots are. There we go. And then finally our tennis ball, well, what we can do there is we're going to do a bit of smudging. So we're going to use a pencil. It should be a soft pencil. This is a HB, but if you have a 2B, that's better. What's this one here? That's a 2B. So you see the little thing there, it says 2B, or not 2B. And this one there is a HB. H means hardness, B means boldness, I think. So if it's H, then the lead's hard. It's really, really compressed. So there's no air in there. It's a lot harder and denser. Whereas B, bold, means that it's softer. It's not as pushed as hard together. So with my B on the 2B pencil, I'm just going to do some loose sort of circles or curls around the area that I want shaded. Similar sort of positioning than with all the other ones. Imagine that light's coming from this way. Yeah. Maybe get a bit lighter as I get closer to the light source, and harder as I get further away from it. And then we take a finger, just one finger, this one here, this is Mr. Smudgy. And we gently smudge with our finger. You can also use a piece of paper if you want. Screw up a piece of paper and fold it up like that. And you can use that as well. I'm going to go a bit harder and push it up. There you go. And because when you smudge, you sort of lose some details, you can go back over those details again, so that S line that we were doing there. Okay, so that's shading. And the final thing to make our things look 3D is shadow. So what we can do with shadow is, the shadow is cast by the ball, and it's cast by the base, so at the lowest point of the object, and the light's coming from that way, so the shadow's coming this way. And it will be the shape of the object that it's blocking. So in this case it's a ball, so we're going to do like an elongated ball, an ellipse, coming from the base. Soccer ball's the same. And the footy's got a larger contact area. Just like that. And the tennis ball's not as big, so it's not going to be as big a shadow. And there you go. Now you can combine all those different shading techniques in one. It may be a bit messy. I like to stick to one, but you can have a play with it. And you can also put some colour in it as well. And except when you colour it, instead of using grey lead pencil, do the shading, but do it with the coloured pencil. So you may want to go over it in one colour and then go over it, the hatching, in this case, with the same colour, but just go a bit harder. Or you can use a darker version of that one. All right, so that is shading sports ball. So from my broken wrist to myself, see you later. Bye.